Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the corner and welcome to your latest Chelsea news. Sorry, it's a little bit late today. Had to sleep in, need to rest. The body needs recovery. Lots of content flying every single day. Look, we've got to have a conversation in regards to Nicolas Jackson. Look, he's come up with an apology. We're going to go through that. There's a whole heap of news in regards to him possibly being sold at Napoli, Juventus, Italian clubs. Then there's contradictory news as well that no, he's not up for sale. Chelsea are looking to keep him. And then there's Fabrizio Romano as well saying that no, maybe he is up for sale. Look, I don't know what is happening. Fabrizio Romano is doing some madness with Mike Mignon as well. He's saying we're going to go back to him. We're not going to go back to him. So journalists are doing a mad stuff. But obviously, we're going to touch base on what the journalists have said. I want to now give you guys my feelings, my thoughts in regards to Nicolas Jackson. And I want to know what you guys have to say in the comment section as well. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I've said recently, post the Newcastle match where he got the red card in the Premier League last season, that, do you know what? Look, yes, that was so mad. Yes, he screwed us. Yes, his form was not that great leading up to that red card. But I thought there might still be value in keeping him, at least as a squad player. He's shown over the past couple of seasons since he's joined Chelsea Football Club that he has developed to a certain level. There's still flaws. There are still distinct flaws that he's not able to he's not able to overcome. He's not able to hone in on those things and get them better. But I thought overall, let's keep him. But ladies and gentlemen, I've now come to a conclusion that, you know what, maybe it is best to get rid of him. Maybe now is the time to is the best time to get rid of him, because we probably are going to get the utmost level of transfer fee for him right now. If we see another season of decline, another season where he deteriorates, the price might not be that much. So this might be the peak level of price that we get. And I feel like overall the pressure is getting to him. The fact that Delap is here, I don't know whether that pressure is getting to him. He must have heard some noise already late last season that we are looking to get a striker. And perhaps all up, this whole situation of him trying to lead the line for Chelsea Football Club, it's all getting to him. And the best of the best don't crumble, and the rest will just be shattered. And this is probably what's happening in regards to Nicolas Jackson. I just find it strange. I said the same thing that I've said, more or less now, when Nicolas Jackson, after the match against LAFC, and a lot of you guys in the comment section said that, nah, Nicolas Jackson is better than Delap. We need to keep him, this, that, the other. And the same people now are saying, now get rid of Nicolas Jackson. So let's go through some of the latest stuff in regards to Nicolas Jackson. We're going to create this story a lot more and delve deep into it. First of all, he got the red card against Flamengo. Literally came on for like about 2-3 minutes max, studs high, and went boom on the Flamengo player with his studs high up and stamped on that Flamengo player. And off the back of that, he's put on an Instagram story. He didn't do that the last time he got that red card where he did the people's elbow on the Newcastle defender. Later on, we've heard that he felt sorry and he said sorry to his teammates. Now he's publicly come out and literally only a few games after that Newcastle game. So ill discipline seems to be a huge issue for Nicolas Jackson. So this is what he had to say. I want to say sorry to the club, the staff, my teammates, and all the fans watching. I let you down. Another red card. And honestly, I'm so angry at myself. I work hard every day to help the team not to put us in this kind of situation. I still don't fully understand how it happened, but one thing it is clear, it wasn't intentional. Just a football moment that went to the wrong way. No excuse. I take full responsibility. I'll reflect, I'll grow, and I'll come back stronger for the badge and for everyone who believes in me. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Look, thank you, but no thank you. I think the fan base have got to a point where, look, apologies and putting all of this stuff on social media, it's a nice stunt. It's a nice stunt. But the bottom line is, look, we've seen enough now, and we've got to a point where I feel Yeah, we need someone who can really, you know, support Delap. I'm not saying Delap to be the number one striker, but at least someone who can come in and really help him develop an experienced striker, or even someone like, look, a lot of people are saying Ekitike. Fair enough. A high quality young player that we can develop into something special. But I think it's safe to say Nicolas Jackson, his time's over. We've seen enough. We cannot go with him next season. And if he continues in this manner, his price will only drop. So it's probably best time to now part ways, find another solution. And look, my preference would have been Victor Osimhen or Victor Gyökeres, one of those two. I think Osimhen would be fantastic. They're available. We don't want to go after them for one reason or another, mostly because of financial reasons. But if it's Ekitike, so be it. Let it be Ekitike. These are some of the latest that has since dropped that sorry apology note. Napoli is also considering Nicolas Jackson. This is coming from Demazio. And Luca Bendoni is also saying Juventus have held informal explorative contacts with Nicolas Jackson's camp. Now, these Italian clubs, I don't know how much they can afford. I don't know how much they can actually bid. I feel like someone like Nicolas Jackson should be able to fetch at least 45 million, at least 45 million pounds, that is. So let's see if any of these rumors are true. If they are, we need to entertain them. We need to explore exactly what's going on. However, Mr. Rahman Osman, Chelsea journalists have come out. He's a massive supporter of Nicolas Jackson, by the way. He's come out and said, no one has been in contact with Nicolas Jackson's camp. So we've got one side of the story saying, no, people have contacted Chelsea, some of the Serie A teams out there. And then Rahman Osman saying, no one has. Sky Cover is also supporting Rahman Osman, saying Nicolas Jackson is not for sale at the moment, but he's attracted interest from 3 Premier League clubs, as well as teams in Europe and Saudi Arabia. Italian interested sides may not be able to afford wages and the transfer fee Chelsea would ask for, which would lead to the potential sale. I don't think it's on high wages, but yeah, for Italian clubs, maybe it might be too high to consider. And also, they don't pay that well in terms of transfer fee. But Premier League clubs, I would prefer he doesn't go to Premier League clubs just in case he starts doing well. I wouldn't mind if he goes to Spanish league or French league or whatever the league is. But there are rumors that maybe Aston Villa might come in for Nicolas Jackson. Look, I know I've just said that I don't want him to go to the Premier League, but I'm also confident that I think we've seen what Nicolas Jackson is all about. I don't think we're going to see any more than that all of a sudden. This is what Fabrizio Romano had to say on his Italian YouTube. What I can say at the moment, as for June 21st, Chelsea's asking a high price for Jackson because I'm told he has interest from Premier League. We are talking about 47 million to 51 million. It's pretty much what I said, 45 million, right? A possible departure for Jackson, yes, it's possible, but in Italy, it would only happen if Chelsea changed their price. Look, Napoli's name's been thrown around. I think Napoli are now concentrating on Darwin Nunez. I feel like Conte might be preferring someone like Darwin Nunez, a little bit more, mongrel and shithouser. I know Nicolas Jackson has shown he's got a little bit of shithouser, but that kind of shithouser is not good. Do you know what I mean? So look, ladies and gentlemen, the bottom line with Nicolas Jackson, the ill discipline I feel like is off the back of the pressure that's now created, that he needs to step up his game with Delap around the corner. And if he's feeling this type of pressure already because Delap is still a developing player, imagine if we actually get a bona fide striker. This guy will collapse. This guy will literally collapse. And look, it's probably a bit too much. John Obi Mikel somewhere out there is having an absolute laugh because he came after John Obi Mikel. John Obi Mikel obviously initially started saying that we need better. He then came after Mikel. And now, look, Mikel has undoubtedly won this battle because Nicolas Jackson himself couldn't help himself. And it's starting to look really, really bad for him. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. Are you done? Are you done? I want a definitive answer. None of this flip-flopping. I've now said, look, maybe it's time to part ways. I know previously I've said, let's keep him. But now I've come to a conclusion that I think it's best time to get rid of him. I want to see what you guys have to say, and I don't want you guys to change your tune, next game if he does do something substantial, because you have to look beyond just immediate games. You need to start thinking, okay, what can this guy actually give us in a holistic manner with the new season upcoming. Chelsea keep following and looking at striker market, Ekitike and others. Look, if it is Ekitike, let's do it. But I think Liverpool are looking at Ekitike as well. But Liverpool are also got one eye on Isak too. So I don't know what's happening there. Man United are linked with Ekitike as well. Ekitike is going to cost a lot of money. So not really sure if we're really going to pursue this. Definitely not going to pursue at 100 million euros. Now, check this out. This news happened a couple of months ago and it's resurfacing again. And I predicted this. A lot of you guys that watch me will know that I've predicted this. Chelsea are planning for Emmanuel Amiga to be part of their squad for summer 2026. So it's confirmed. Amiga from Strasbourg, our Strasbourg sister club, multi-club model, the striker there, we are going to get him not for the upcoming season, but the season after. It is confirmed. Now, is this another smoke screen that we're trying to lift his level up, just like Petrovic, just like maybe Andre Santos situation that's happening, that we're trying to do the same thing for Amiga, and then once this brother does actually come to Chelsea Football Club, we're just going to sell him for good price. But the word now is, with Giovanni Coenta and Amiga, these two will be added in 2026, which further puts a question mark on Nicolas Jackson's future. We've got Dilap. We're going to bring in another striker in about another season's time. Where does that leave Nicolas Jackson? It leaves him in no man's land. That's where it leaves him. Does this fill me with a lot of joy? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Does this give me the vibe that we're going to go and win the Premier League and the Champions League? No, it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. We don't need more experiments. We don't need more, lab studies. We need genuine, bona fide players to come in and help us out. We've got enough developing players. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, this is doing the rounds. Chelsea will not be signing Mignon this summer. The chapter is closed. There is also only a small chance a keeper will be signed this summer. Out of Petrovic, Sanchez, Jurgensen, and Penders, one will be sold and one will be loaned. We already know which one's getting sold, and it's definitely not the ones that we think. It is Petrovic, the one that probably we should have kept. He's the one who's getting sold. One will be going out on loan, which will be Penders, and we'll be left with Sanchez and Jurgensen yet again for next season. I don't know. Mixed information about Mike Mignon. Fabregas. Fabrizio Romano, ladies and gentlemen, initially said that, yeah, we might be going back for Mignon, and then literally 30 minutes later, he changed the story by saying, no, I don't think we are going for Mike Mignon. So I've always said, if Oni is not talking, don't get horny. Oni only makes people horny. Everyone else, I don't know what everyone else is doing. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything that we've spoke, especially in regards to Nicolas Jackson. Are you done? Have you had enough? I don't want you to flip-flop. Definitive answers only, and you stick by that. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya.